Hello, fellow treble winners. Welcome back to another watch-along. How are you all doing? Are you good? Are you well? Are you happy? Manchester City play Newcastle United tonight in the Carabao Cup, and it's going to be an interesting game of football. It really is. Of course, we'll be with you guys tonight watching this game. Fingers crossed, hoping for a wonderful night, seeing City progressing. One of my favourite ever competitions. I love the Carabao, man. I really do. But I feel like Pep doesn't love it as much as I do. I wish he did, though. We'll see how this goes. We will be here chatting away throughout the game tonight. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get the result that we want. Please do say hello in the chat. Get your comments in. Get chatting away. You know, say hello. Introduce yourself. Say where you're watching it from. Give me your prediction and all that kind of stuff. Let's get chatting tonight. Enjoying it because I need a chat with you guys tonight. I'm looking forward to this game of football. Anyway, I'm just kind of sort of logging in and getting it all sorted at my end to make sure I've actually got... yeah, I do. There we go. I've got the stream ready. It's all good at my end as well. And I can't wait for this tonight. Anyway, who's here? Let me have a look. Let me have a look at the actual chat. What have we got here? Right, who have we got in the chat? We got Crosscombe Shop, we got Naz, we got Alvida Sane, we got my man Victor, we got Jack, Beppy, Dudley, Diddy. We got loads of people here. It's going to be fun. Ron Wolf saying yes, Steve, my man Elder as well. Yes, Ron. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to tonight. It should be fun. Jack's a 6-0 prediction. 10-0 says Naz. Look, I love yous, but I think you're all being stupid. Imagine if you were actually right. Imagine if that's the case tonight. Imagine if it really was City absolutely flying out the blocks and playing well. I got my dad tickets tonight as well. He's at the game, which I'm very excited about because I love my dad and he's ace. So I'm buzzing that he's at the game tonight. My dad works up in Newcastle quite often and I was like, Dad, why don't you go to the games? I haven't got one. And I sorted him out a ticket. So I am very, very happy. There he is. That's his view tonight, my dad. If you're not sure if you can see that, you're going to be able to see that? Is it going to focus? Probably not, but I'll try anyway. But he's at the game, up in the heavens. Is he going to focus on the screen? You can sort of see it side on there, see it. But I'm very happy for him. I'll see if I can FaceTime him right now, actually. Should I just see that? You can say hello to my dad. Everybody's in the stadium. Let's see if this works live on the video. It might not work. You might not get through. You might not want to answer as well, surrounded by people. But we'll see. You never know. I think it's like if I get ghosted by my dad here live on the stream, it's terrible, you know. It's terrible. The stream, by the way, should be fine because I've checked and I've got a couple of frames were dropped actually, but it seems to be better now anyway. So fingers crossed it will be. He's not answering. Dad, shocking. My dad's a City fan. Yeah, he is. Like, he's a steward at Man City, actually, my dad. Yeah, he's at every home game because he's a steward. He's not answering. My dad's ghosting me. Well, there we go. He's not answering. Shocking behaviour from Michael McInerney. Either way, you know, like, he's there at the game, so fingers crossed he enjoys it. Let's go into that team because the team is really interesting. It's a strange one. It's one like you wouldn't necessarily predict. Well, you sort of did, wouldn't you? Wouldn't. There's like loads of potential changes there. I'll go over to the big screen. Here's the big screen, as I call it. Here you can see a very happy Calvin Phillips. You've got Ortega in goal, Rico Lewis, Akanji, Nathan Ake is captain, which absolutely is deserved. I'm very happy about that. Josko Vardiol, Sergio Gomez, Calvin Phillips. Mateo Kovacic is back in the team, which is good news. A full debut for the young Norwegian Oscar Bob, very much deserved. Jack Grealish back in the team as well, which is great news. And of course, your man Julian Alvarez through the middle as the striker. Lots of very obvious and predictable changes there, but it's good to see, you know, some of those players playing. In terms of the shape, I don't know what it'll be, but we'll get onto that in a minute. The bench there, as you can see, if you squint at the bottom, Edison Carson, the double goalkeeper's Man City special these days. Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Mateus Nunes, Phil Foden, and a new name for you guys, Micah Hamilton, the 19-year-old attacking midfielder stroke. You know, he's attacking midfielder, box-to-box player from the EDS, is on the bench. Been at City for a long time, Micah Hamilton. I'll give you a little bit of a lowdown, actually, because when City have got a page on him, I know they have on their website. Let me find it. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, see, you've actually done a Who is Micah Hamilton as well on the website. So I'll show you that. Here is Micah Hamilton. He's been named in the City senior squad for the first time as we face Newcastle United. Born and brought up in Manchester. Go on, lad. He's a Manc lad. The skillful attacking midfielder has progressed through the club's age groups with great distinction since joining City as an under-9. Blessed with impressive versatility, Hamilton can operate either through the middle but also out wide, where he's harnessed his blistering pace to hurt defences at all age groups. Go on, man. He's got he can go out wide up in the middle, and he's got good pace as well. And he could make his debut tonight. Fingers crossed. Well, there we go. Yeah, England youth player. England Youth International scored 11 goals and registered 8 assists in 22 league appearances last season. So basically, nearly a goal a game, nearly a goal contribution a game, which is very, very impressive. He's a good player, man. I got a feeling he's pretty much there because he's the only one available, but he's got a lot of quality. So I'm happy for him. Should we try and work out how this team is going to play? Let's go over to lineup builder. We'll try and do the usual thing where I try and guess the shape and we work out what it's going to look like, and then I'm miles wrong because Pep would have done something wild. And there's a few ways I think it could line up. I want to know which way you guys think it's going to be. I'll give you the options. So I'll get the players on the pitch first. You can join me as we do this. Wrong screen there. It's not the end of the video yet. Don't worry. Well, maybe you were lucky. Maybe you're like, yeah, he's ended the video early. I don't know. But either way, here's the. Get everyone on the pitch. I can't squeeze it in there. So, one thing I'm 1,000,000,000% certain is that Ortega is going in goal. We never know. You never know with Pep. He could do something weird. But for now, I'm pretty confident in saying that Ortega is going to be in goal. So, I've gone confidently for that. I'm also pretty confident this man is going to be here in the middle. I'm also pretty confident Phillips is going to be playing here. Then you've got... I'm going to play what it looks like initially. Then we'll try and work out if it's going to be something different. It currently sort of looks like a bit like this, you know. As in, it could be wing backs with Rico Lewis over here. Oops, that's not even a word. I went Welsh then for a second. That could be Grealish in this role. This could be Gomez as a left wing back. That could be there. Kovacic. Up here could be Oscar Bob, a sort of false sense. Then you've got over here Vardial, Ake. I'm going to give him the captain credit there, you know, because he deserves it. It could be something like this. It could be... It could be basically like a sort of left wing back situation where we do that and these tuck in and Rico Lewis maybe cuts inside a tiny bit, but Bob stays wide, and you see something like that. It could be something like this with Grealish tucking in a little bit, Gomez going wide, and Oscar Bob sort of playing more central. It could be. Oh, got my dad calling, by the way. He's actually video calling me. Is he? Hey, Dad. I'm doing my videos. I thought it'd be fun just to see. You're live at the ground. Turn around and show the camera view. Oh, I can't see you. The quality's so poor. It's a bit noisy, Dad. My dad's about 4 pixels, unfortunately. You double tap your screen, it'll turn around. Oh, there we go. I mean, you can't quite see, but that's my dad's view there. He's like 4 pixels there, but anyway. Dad, I'll leave you to it. I can't really hear you or see you. Love you, bye-bye. I'm just going to text my dad back now, 1 second. Can't see or hear, but love you and enjoy it. There we go. Anyway. It could be something like this. I think it could be something like this. Wrong board again. Something like this where Bob kind of cuts in. It could also be that we sort of do play Rico Lewis as a right back. It could be Gomez plays that wide. Grealish could play in the centre. It could be that, you know. It could be that. That would be an interesting take on it. It could be also that actually Gomez is actually at left back with a Kanji over at right back. Rico Lewis could be as an 8 with Kovacic maybe playing there potentially. It could be that Rico Lewis is in midfield. There is many different ways. I've got a feeling it could be that where these two will swap Kovacic and Lewis every now and then. I don't know. There's many different ways it could be. What do we reckon? Do we reckon 3 at the back with Gomez and Rico Lewis as wingers? Or could Grealish be central with Gomez out wide? I really like that idea personally. Like this sort of like Rico Lewis sort of playing normally as a right back, but when we go forward, just drifting forward and Oscar Bob keeping the width. Maybe Kovacic goes forward and Lewis stays around here, if you know what I mean. Like, I like the idea of this personally. It could be really nice. Like, I don't know what it's going to be, but I like this idea. And like, I do think Grealish tucking inside a little bit more makes a lot of sense. So with Gomez maintaining the whip because he's a left footer, and I think that would actually play into Grealish's hands. Like, there's many different ways we could do this, but they all should be. It's pretty interesting, to be fair. It could be someone like this. That to me feels like the most likely one, but that means Grealish central with Gomez sort of operating in the. It's sort of like reverse, isn't it? Gomez is doing the Kyle Walker role, where Gomez will play sort of as a wing, like normally as a left winger, and it could be that they both take turns to cover out wide. When we're defending, it probably be like that. When we're defending, there's many different ways here, and they're all quite interesting, which is wild. I don't actually know how Newcastle are starting, by the way. Let me bring up Newcastle's formation. Where's Newcastle? Newcastle play. This is their team, Newcastle tonight. I'll jump over to the big screen again. There we go. So they got Pope, Livramento, Jeremy Lascelles, Dummett, Target, and Hall. Is that a back three for them with wing backs? I think it is, isn't it? I don't know who El Miley is. They've made a lot of changes, by the way. Who's El Miley? Must be a kid. Tonali's back in the team. Jacob Murphy, Joe Linton, and Isaac. They've got a strong team, man. It's a very rotated team, but it's fair. It's sort of as rotated as ours, isn't it? Well, we've got a few strong players in the team as well, like our defence in particular. But it is a physical midfield, I don't know who this Miley fella is, but then at the same time, he's their Oscar Bob, I guess. Like, they won't know who Oscar Bob is, so it works both ways. But they've gone for it, There's a lot of changes. No, obviously, people like Anthony Gordon, Trippier's not in the team. Bruno G, Almiron started the other day. Some of their better players, right now are not playing. So, Hall can play midfield as well. He can actually. Maybe, can Target play left back? I can't remember. I feel like he can't he? He is a left back, isn't he, Matt Target? Am I wrong with that? Oh, I'm tired. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Joe Linton on left wing. Who knows? Maybe Lewis Hall will play left wing. Yeah, he's a left back. Yeah, I thought so. Like, do you know when you doubt yourself because because you're tired? Yeah, Target will be playing left back, won't he? So he'll be left back. Lewis Hall will be playing maybe left wing potentially. With I don't know what position Miley is, to be fair. I've never heard of him, so I'm gonna Google this L Miley fella. Miley, Newcastle. Who is he? Lewis Miley. There we go. Let's see who he is. He's a midfielder. Highly rated attacking midfielder. That means he could be playing anywhere, to be fair. He could be playing out wide. He could be playing through the middle. Who knows? Who knows? What I do know, you guys should give this video a big old like if you don't mind. Help support the channel. Please like the video as well. Subscribe if you are new here as well. I want to get that. I'm so close to 70,000, but it's ticking away a little bit slowly at the moment. Let's get up there. We're only 15 minutes away from kickoff now, so what do we all reckon it will be? Dummett is a left back as well. Okay, well, they've got loads of left backs, Cameron's a hive of knowledge here tonight. We will see how it goes. Seeing their team, I'm a little bit more, I'm a little bit more calm. It could be many things. This team is, look, when you look at the defense is good here. Rico Lewis is a quality player, when we're defending. I do think it'll be something like this. I think Gomez will get forward, doing the sort of Kyle Walker thing. Oscar Bob is such a good player. Phillips and Lewis in there to hold the midfield a tiny bit together. I think it'll be someone like that. Kovacic, Grealish offering a little bit of central threat. That back three is, it's a really experienced back three there. No Docker ball, which is a shame indeed. But, there is quality. There is quality. The bench, of course, the bench is a strong bench for what it's worth. You've got, if we need a goal, later on if Pep decides to go for it, we can bring on Phil Foden, Doku, Haaland, Nunes. We've got a Kyle Walker can get forward, offer a little bit of something. We've got quality on the bench if you want to turn it around. I'm hoping Pep's winning. What I'm really hoping is that Pep doesn't just go like, nope, whatever will be, will be. I'm hoping that his intense desire to win games at all costs kicks in. And they're like, you know what, I want to win this. And he sort of goes for it. And he just brings some plays towards the end if we're not winning. Cam reckons it'd be Livramento right back, Lascelles, Dummett, Target, Tonali, Miley, and Hall in midfield with Murphy, Isaac, and Joe Linton. Look, there's some players out of position there, isn't there? There is some players out of position for Newcastle. So, that midfield isn't a strong midfield, really. Miley's a kid. Hall is a left back. He can play midfield, but also a kid. Tonali, of course, quality there. But there's a lot of changes, This City side is a match for this. Especially with Gomez playing well right now with Alvarez. A lot's going to ride on Alvarez, weirdly. But I think they're both equally weakened teams. I think this is going to be a bit more of a shootout than I realised, you know. And I'm pretty confident right now. I'm pretty confident seeing the teams. Fingers crossed my confidence isn't misplaced. How does everyone else feel looking at our team, looking at their team? How has your confidence levels changed, so to speak? Are you a little bit more, are you more relaxed? Are you more concerned? Where are you at right now? Do let me know what you reckon. You wonderful people. I'll bring the teams up on screen as well right now. Let me find the. So here are the lineups. You know, I'll. This is what FOTMob have gone for, by the way. I keep pressing the end board. Done it again, twice in a row there. Sorry. Pope, they've gone for that. Yeah, they've gone for that, which is the same as what Cameron said. Joe Linton out wide on the left, Murphy on the right, Isaac. That's not their strongest defence at all. That defence is a bit... Livramento is still pretty young and raw as well, you know? And this is what they've gone for us. Gomez obviously isn't on that side. Gomez could be playing just centrally, you know? Like, full-on just central. That's not a bad idea. Gomez could be playing, you know, attacking midfield, which is his position, you know? So, who knows? Liverpool losing 1-0 already. Who are they playing? Leicester. Oh, go on, Enzo. Enzo Maresca. Liverpool, look at... Wow, that Liverpool team is weak, isn't it? Kwanzaa, Shimikas, Kelleher, Curtis Jones playing right back, Kanate, Gravenberch, Endo and Elliott. Doak. Don't know who he is. He's meant to be good, actually. I don't really know much about him. Gakpo and Jota. There's a lot of changes there. Ian Hatch. I forgot Ian Hatch was at Leicester still. Bloody hell. McAteer, Albrighton. Okay, yeah, they're 1-0 up. Go on, Leicester. Liverpool. That side is dead. That's a dead side for Liverpool, that man. Their depth isn't there, is it? Who else is playing tonight? Let's have a look. Arsenal, Brentford. Go on, Brentford. Chelsea, Brighton. That's one of the good teams. Oh, I say one of the good teams. Chelsea going out there. So, one of the good teams is going through Brighton. Sick burn, Stephen. Ha, ha, ha. McAteer is quality, to be fair. Bags of fun. I've not watched him. Is he any relation to Jason McAteer? Probably not, no. Right. What Liverpool? What's true? I don't know. What did I say? Oh yeah, the the Chelsea thing. Yeah. I don't even know last night's results. What were last night's results? I know United won, but what score was it? Okay, they won 3-0. They went through against Palace. Who else? Burnley won 4-0 against Salford. Ha! In your face, Gary Neville. Ipswich 3-2. Wolves out. Did Tommy Doyle get a start as well? I bet he did, didn't he? Tommy, my man, he did get a start. He didn't. Yeah, it didn't happen for him. Sorry, Tommy. I hate to see City U players struggle a little bit. You know. United 3-0 last night. Garnacho. Did you see Garnacho's birthday celebrations? By the way, that was something else that doesn't need repeating. Absolutely not need repeating. Okay, so let's go back to today. Where are we at today? Let's go back to Man City. I'm pretty relaxed. I'm pretty relaxed about this team now. We are only 8 minutes away from kickoff. Let's see how this goes. It's one of those things where, look, Pep right now, I think Pep's looking at the season's fixtures. Every year Pep sort of takes trophies seriously, but he does make changes in these games. We know he does. But we can't deny that right now Pep will be thinking about 4 in a row. Not 4, he'll be thinking about 4 in a row. What's a 4-Pete? He'll be thinking about the Champions League. He'll be thinking about his smaller squad. He'll be thinking about the Club World Cup. Pep will want to win that. Like Pep will be thinking, if we win the Super Cup, if we win the Premier League, win the Club World Cup, and maybe another trophy, that's another incredible season. Like another incredible season. So I think he'll be thinking, the Carabao Cup, mate, I'm sorry, you're right down at the bottom of the list right now, you know? And that's just, it's sort of true and it's fair, you know? Like, I get it for Guardiola. Like, he doesn't want to, he's not going to want to, like, pay attention too much to the Carabao Cup, even though I want him to. And by the way, I'm going to start slowly lowering my volume because guess what's happening below. I'll give you one guess why I've got to quieten down a little bit. Look at the time. You know what's going on. So I'm going to be calmer for the next few minutes, you know, just because I don't want to, little Ruben will be going, I can hear my dad. And I'm like, my dad's ace. Yeah, I'm a good dad. And he'll want to cuddle with me, but unfortunately he won't be. They're doing the draw right now, by the way. They're doing the draw, so... they're showing the draw. I'm about to say. The moment the draw happened. Well, that's if we get there, husband. If we get to the Carabao Cup quarter-final, isn't it wild that we'd have to sacrifice the Carabao? I mean, that's probably why Pep's not paying attention to it, because husband said we're going to have the Carabao Cup quarter-final and the Club World Cup one day apart. Like, we literally have to play the kids, and we haven't got any kids. Like, we haven't got any. It would be under 7. It'd be the under 18s entirely. Literally the under 18s entirely. And if we have to do that, Pep's thinking, well, we got no chance of getting through the quarterfinals anyway if we have to go to the Club World Cup, which we've got to take more serious than the Carabao, which we will do. So at that point, he's going to be like, well, you know, like, what's the point? What's the point? Klopp had to do the same. He did indeed. So I get why right now they just won't take it seriously. But having said that, he's still played a pretty decent side tonight. Having said that also, this is the only side he could play because there is no one else. Like, I don't think at this stage he wants to play just the kids. He wants to give some players a little bit of fitness and whatever. And it is a much rotated team. You know, we have got players getting rested. Doku's getting rest. Foden, Haaland, Ruben Diaz, which is nice to see. You know, is anyone else actually on the bench who's not on the bench, who probably could have been on the bench in the squad? Let me have a look at the bench. I can't think. Is that everyone? Who's missing? I am. My head's dead. So one of you guys will be more observant than me. Everyone's there, really, aren't they? Everyone's there. Yeah, other than the injured players, like Bernardo. Yeah, they all are. I'm just thinking about the bench there. Calvin does need... Look, there's no two ways about it. This is a massive night for Calvin Phillips. Look, Calvin Phillips, we need him to step up. We absolutely needed to. I am not confident about Calvin Phillips right now, mainly because I think Pep's comments, I think they were brutal. Look, I got into some debates online with people today, and I'll find the comments right now. And look at my food earlier, by the way, my lunch. Look at that lunch. Wonderful. French toast, man. Incredible. The drop-off in Edenfield. Let me find the quotes earlier. Guardiola said this about him earlier, Calvin Phillips. Said, Marcelo Bielsa got the best out of Calvin in his career. I would love to have done with Calvin what Marcelo's done with him, but it is what it is. And then he also, in another comment, sort of opened up saying how they tried to sell him. They were quite brutal comments. He needs to have an incredible performance now, because it sounds to me like Pep did say, like, he sort of said it's not worked, he hasn't adapted. He said he hasn't picked it up yet. So he said he's another quote where he said he hasn't quite understood things. Let me find all the quotes, because he was quite brutal about Calvin Phillips, which surprised me. You know, he's on another level. Like, he was just, and I think there's a little bit of frustration while, like, they tried to move him on, he decided to stay. Pep respects that to an extent. He said, here we go, the club spoke with him in the summer for the fact that you might not have much minutes, but he said, no, I want to stay. Of course, he so asked, does it mean a lot? He said, yeah, of course. But he admitted there that he tried to sell him. He said, we have a specific way to play. Sometimes we struggled in a few things. The previous game was perfect. He's open-minded, always wants to learn, always wants to help. This is what I want to try and do. He's damning with faint praise here. He really is. And, like, it's one of those things where when he talks about, not knowing how he's going to, how he's not got him to work and how he wanted to sell him. And it's uncharacteristically terse from Guardiola. Like, he sort of just said, like, if he went, I would be fine with it. And I think, to be honest, Pep's decided that he can't quite do. I think Calvin Phillips is a good footballer, but not every good footballer makes a good Manchester City player. And for whatever reason, I think Pep's decided that Phillips can't play the Manchester City way. I think he's decided that he just moves a bit too quickly for him or whatever. And that's how I feel a bit, that's how I feel a bit. When I watch Calvin Phillips, I always feel he looks a little bit lost in the storm. And I've seen a few people say Calvin Phillips looks lazy. I don't think Calvin Phillips is lazy at all. But I think it's one of those things, because he looks like he's trying to keep up with the game. He looks like he's never committing to one thing. And because of that, he looks like a little bit lost. And when you look at lost, you tend to be going, you're never here or there, and I think that makes him look lazy, but I don't think he is. I don't think he is at all, and I think he just looks a little bit lost in the system, and not everyone is going to pick it up. I think there's this impression that, he's a good technical footballer. He can pass it. He's got a good range, but the way that City play, it's just so technical. And like Chrissy said, it's just weird. Calvin was like England Leeds golden boy a few years ago. Lots of teams wanted him, and do you know what? He is a good footballer. But I don't think he's a good Manchester City footballer, and for whatever reason it's not happened. I think it just sort of suited him at Leeds, and I don't think he sort of suits at Leeds he's not under close intensity. At England he's not either. And I think at City he's closed. I think his speed of thought isn't quite there for Guardiola. I don't think he makes the right decisions on where to be. I don't think he's picked up the positional stuff. I don't think he moves the ball quick enough for Guardiola. I just don't think he can do it, you know. And who do you think made the call to sign him? I think Pep probably spoke to Marcelo Bielsa. I think Cheeky did. I think ultimately, I know what you're getting at, Alfie, saying, but I don't think it really matters. I think they sort of all probably said yes to an extent. Maybe some more than others. But I just don't think he's just not adapted. Sometimes players just do not adapt, you know. They just don't adapt to a thing. And that's how I feel where we're at with Calvin Phillips, where he's just not. I feel like it's just a bit too difficult for him. And I think we'll see tonight. Fingers crossed he picked it up. But the way at Man City play, I don't know. It's just difficult. It's just difficult. And like good enough to, he could be good enough to. The thing is, he could be good enough to be playing Champions League football for someone. But to play for Man City, that's the point I'm making. Like, is he good enough in the Man City system? No. Is he a good player? Probably yes. Could he thrive under someone else? Maybe Klopp could get some out of him. I don't know. But ultimately, I think it's really obvious that Pep. Look, people can say, "Get support the guy." Look, analysing the situation is not supporting the guy. You know, I don't think it is. I think I'm just trying to call, like, Pep always defends his players publicly. He's said that many times. And to come out and say that he's happy for him to go and that he can't get what Bielsa did out of him and that he struggled to pick up the pace. That's three statements there that are very critical. Yeah, you can go, mate. You know, I can't do what Bielsa can with him and he struggles to keep up. Like, painful. Angelino's a good example as well. Yeah, he couldn't quite get it either. Doesn't mean they're not a good player, you know. I'm not hating on Calvin Phillips. I feel like it's just the writings on the wall. I think Pep's made his mind up. And one thing we know about Pep, by the way, Pep is stubborn. If Pep looks at a player and goes, no, not for me, it's over. Anyway, we are minutes away from kickoff, seconds away from kickoff even. Hopefully Calvin, I want nothing more than Calvin to have a blinder. And I know some idiots will get on me and go, you were wrong. Like, I never said anything. I just trying to interpret what Pep thinks, you know. Anyway, come on, you Blues. About to be underway. Let's see how everyone's lining up. Here we go. We are underway. We're underway. It looks currently like Gomez is in midfield. Rico's currently out wide. It looks like Ake's playing left back. Gomez is in midfield by the looks of it. So it looks like this. Let's work it out. It looks like this currently. Where's Gomez playing? I can't see Gomez currently. He's on the right-hand side of midfield, Gomez, which is interesting. He's over here. I think he's over here currently, which is interesting. Wonder if that's for the angles of the passing. It sort of looks like this, doesn't it? My man Scott and Caleb, of course, and everyone else in the chat. Good to see you all. It looks like that, I think. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, what's everyone's predictions now? How you feeling? Some good chat anyway. Some good chat. You know, I could chat about City all day. You know, I do enjoy chatting about, you know, City games. They're a pleasure. I only ever want City players to do well. You know I do. You know, like I'm quite simple that way. I would support every single player always, but I'm not here to sit and say what you guys could work out. I'm here to try and chat about what I make of Pep's stuff, and like I'm not here just to cheer on a player individually. You know, I'm here to just to try and work out the game. You know, I get accused of happy clapping sometimes, which is crazy. Then when I don't, I get accused of not supporting the players. You know, we'll see. Anyway. Gomez is currently playing right wing by the looks of it, by the way. But I think Oscar Bob's more central. Rico's playing in the middle. That is weird. Oscar Bob's playing central. So it looks like actually Rico Lewis is drifting in. Akanji is doing that. Oscar Bob is sort of out there. I think it's like this. Bob can play here, by the way. And he's playing off Alvarez. So it's sort of like this as a system, which is very interesting. Yeah, Rico is definitely playing central. Oscar Bob's first touch. That's wild. Gomez right wing, Oscar Bob central. That is a twist, isn't it? We can never predict him. We can never predict Pep. Don't even try. Don't even try. That is the shape right there. Play Calvin. No, he's lost out. Why do we even bother trying to work out Pep? Like, why do we even bother? It is different, though. It is different. I like Valverde saying as well. You know what I mean? We all wonder where it's going to be, and Pep's just gone Gomez right wing. To be fair, you can play there. You can play there. He's played there for Spain a little bit. Just a sort of respect, you know. Let's keep on with the stats anyway on their screen. This is interesting. It's an interesting twist here for Pep. I want to see something really smart here. I want to see some incredible stuff from Calvin Phillips tonight. I want to see some intuitive passing, reading the game really nicely, being tight and aggressive. He's got turned by Joe Linton there, Calvin. Yeah, but Kanji did really well. God, Kovacic is so good, isn't he? Kovacic's little turn away then, the 1-2 with Oscar Vardial. Do you see that quality there, by the way? I mean, that is the level, isn't it? That little spin and turn there from Kovacic. Then the 1-2 with Vardial. He's just such a good player. Like, he's on another level. And that little... These 1-2s here with Alvarez. Kovacic is so good. He's so good, Kovacic. The way he's just immediately played some beautiful 1-2s. Can Roger play against Arsenal? He cannot, unfortunately. But there's a little example of the quality there. I'm not trying to dig out anyone, but the way that Kovacic played 2 1-2s with players after driving past a couple of players, such a wonderful elite presser. Like, he worked the ball at the pitch then on his own. He's like what Kovacic is like. He's just this beautiful catalyst of motion. Like the way that he just the ball just moves so nicely off him. Kovacic, Nunes, Bernardo against Arsenal. I would absolutely do that, mate. I'd play Bernardo midfield. I'm a Bernardo midfield guy personally. Look at that already. By the way, 11 accurate passes already in 6 minutes for Kovacic already. And this is what I was saying the other day about Phillips. He completed 10 in 40 minutes. I know he was 10 men, but 11 passes accurate already. And 9 out of 10 for Calvin Phillips too already. You know, I'm going to give the credit where it's due. Here's the early scores there, ratings. Rate who from 1 to 10, mate? S. Oh, new players. I mean, Nunes is very early on, but they've all been 8s out of 10 so far. They've all been excellent, mate. I mean, every single one of them. Jeremy Doku's been electric. You know, he's been really good so far. Kovacic has been easily he's been elite so far. Doku's looked really exciting, you know, and I really like Vardiol's fitted in perfectly. You know, a little bit quieter, but he's just done his job so well defensively. Nunes, we've seen 1 or 2 performances. I mean, it looks really encouraging, you know. I like them all. I mean, what does everyone else rate? I mean, they're all minimum 7 so far. Some maybe. A lot of them just around 8 out of 10 so far, which is great. Go on, Rico. Excellent defending against Lewis Hall there from Rico Lewis. They played against you before, of course. Oh, Kovacic has been the fastest probably player to ever fit in. To fit into, like, to be... He's probably not the fastest ever to be successful, but to actually fit the mould of what Pep wants, Kovacic has been, yeah, perfect. Like, absolutely perfect. Like, ridiculous. We're playing well here, by the way. We started quite nicely. Captain Ake is good, isn't it? I get those ratings, yes. I think I probably would change him around a little bit. It's hard to rate Nunes, by the way, so far, because he's just so fresh, isn't he? Like, and they're all so new, to be fair. Go on, Alvarez. Played Rico. Oh yeah, Jesus actually, to be fair, when he came on, you're right there actually. Like when we all thought Aguero was done, didn't we? Because he was so good when he came in. Like that little performance when it was Jesus, Sterling, and Sane. Like it was ridiculous. Go on, Jack. Big game for Jack as well. Weirdly. They were like when he came in. Sorry, when Grealish obviously got started today, he must be thinking about Doku. Oscar Bob is going to go bald, is he? What, has he got a receding hairline, mate? Well, he's got a cracking head of hair right now, so it'd be a shame. Jesus. You see the Arsenal fans already talking about his finishing, Jesus. They're already looking for a striker, aren't they, apparently? And apparently it's nothing to do with Jesus. I'm like, it's apparently Nekatia. Though I'm pretty certain they'd be pretty fine with Nekatia as a backup if... Good defending, Josco. Really nice. Vardiel. Vardiel did excellent there, didn't he? I'm very surprised if Jack Grealish is putting any weight on Kevin. Like he's a proper good athlete, to be fair to him. Like he keeps himself, like the thing everyone jokes about Grealish, but he's always in excellent shape, you know. It's so good from Vardiel, this. I mean, it's been 10 minutes to be fair on Grealish, mate. You know, everyone's allowed a slow start. Calvin so far, look, there's nothing to say really, Deshaun, mate. He's just had a couple of passes, you know. Got dribbled past once, but, you know, so a couple of players been so far. Go on. Go on, Oscar. Oh. It's not a bad ball. You know, that wasn't a bad cross from Gomez, to be fair. It wasn't a bad cross. I feel like we could win this, you know. I feel like we've got a chance. Like it looks like Newcastle are a little bit out of shape, you know, in terms of like you can tell they got players playing out of role and stuff. You did say to 10-0 to fair, Naz. You know, I did hear it there first. Well, imagine an 8-0 win and a 10-0 loss back to back, Naz. That would be something special, wouldn't it? Oh, Calvin. He does look a little bit slow. I'm really tempted not to be like over analysing him. But it's hard not to pay attention, isn't it? That's the thing. Is like the problem is we're all paying so much attention to Calvin Phillips because he's the story. He's the story. So it's hard not to focus down in and look at what he's got on. I mean, Nezza's not wrong here. He did get dribbled past once. He did allow a through ball to go through and force violence a 1-on-1, and he did give away a silly foul. He's not had a good start. I mean, you're not wrong, mate. A couple of nice passes, but those things did happen. So it hasn't been and he has had a misplaced pass as well, yeah. So you're not wrong with that. It's not been a good start for him. We probably should have bought a Sony, actually. Yeah, he is DMC. He is. Bob's playing in the sort of. We have like false 10s now, don't we? 2 false 10s, you know. But he's just playing as a 10, I guess, actually, to be fair. Oh, lovely little touch. To Gomez as well. No, you're right, Naz. You're right. Many players, and it's worth adding the caveat, many players have had a start like that before. It's just the pressure's on Calvin Phillips. That is the inevitability of the situation he's in. So those things will be noticed. But I hope he turns it round. It's very early on in the game. I'm never going to hold. Phillips got with an effort there, blocked. Go on, Jack. Jack's got the thing is, Jack's got to impress as well a bit tonight. You could argue, though he has been injured, so you know everyone's allowed a attempted pass from Kovacic to Alvarez blocked out. It's weird because there are many technical footballers, but they won't always just suit City. That's the hard thing. It's like I think what happens is it's a bit like, you know, that scene in The Matrix when Neo just suddenly sees it. Like, they just see it. They see the system moving around him. They know where to be at all the times, and the whole thing moves so beautifully. There's a synergies in Manchester City Football Club where it's like a beautiful watch. You know what I mean? Every part has to be, every cog has to be perfect. Perfectly aligned, and it's why like City's system, I know it sounds weird, but one player who doesn't fit at the heart of the whole system, the whole thing can just stop working. I know that sounds crazy, but most systems aren't like that. But Man City are a Swiss watch. They really are. They're a beautifully composed, mechanically perfect structure. This has been designed fastidiously by Guardiola. Like they're so precise that everything has to work in synchronization, because if you have one bit at the center, especially at the heart of the team, it can just fall apart. Like the whole build-up can fall apart. So that's the thing. Like that's why Pep obviously values central midfielders so much. He's aware that they are the heartbeat of the team. They're the pulse. And it's why I think there's so much focus on Calvin Phillips right now. Like can he be like Neo in The Matrix, where all of a sudden he just sees it, he just gets it? So far, it feels like Pep's implying that he hasn't. Which is why, of course, he's not playing much football. But stranger things have happened. Kovacic's going forward here. Nice 1-2 with Grealish. It could click. Why are you so obsessed with Jack Grealish's heading, Kevin Day? I guarantee Duckwood probably can't head a ball either, mate. He's a winger. Like, heading is so irrelevant for a winger. Though he has scored a header against United, don't forget. Of all the things to focus on with Jack Grealish, I wouldn't talk about his heading personally. But he has to be better. I agree. Go on, Sergio. The thing is as well, I openly admit that we probably won't always see what Phillips does wrong. Oh, it's a nice ball from Phillips. A beautiful ball. Oh! Ah! Really nice moment. Lovely little moment there. Calvin Phillips played a really nice line-breaking pass. Oscar Bob. It was a lovely ball from Phillips to Oscar Bob. He went through. He probably could. Jack Grealish has got to be bursting forward there. A little bit too much on the ball from Oscar Bob. He's took him a little bit too wide, but it's nearly in. Nearly one. Nearly 1-0 there. Probably should be one. I mean, if Jack Grealish is overweight, I would love to be Jack Grealish is overweight. The man is ripped with a six-pack, pal. I think you're just trolling at this point, Kevin, because there's no way. There's no way you're being serious about Jack Grealish being overweight. Like, Pep just wouldn't play him. He's just... Come on, mate. Come on, mate. I know you don't like a player, but you don't have to make stuff up. He's obviously not overweight, pal. Just say you don't like his attacking abilities, but the overweight stuff's just... What? I wish I was overweight Jack Grealish was. Built like an Adonis, you know what I mean? Right. This is better. You know, I think so far, I think we've been the better team, you know? Possession's really nice, couple of shots. I'm quietly encouraged by this, actually. Josko got a little bit lucky there. He nearly gave the ball away. Lovely ball from Ortega, by the way. To Alvarez. He's played a beautiful ball. Oh, nearly for Gomez. Nearly. Imagine having the physique of Grealish, eh? Oh, it'd be horrible. With all that fat. He's like built like a Greek god, and he like carved out of stone. Ortega's do you know what, Naz? Ortega's a phenomenal keeper. I think he's an absolutely brilliant keeper. I think he does. I think, to be honest, I felt a bit sorry that for him that we sort of said to no to buying, because he deserves to be a number one. He does deserve to be, and buying number one, he's good enough to be that. I actually agree that Grealish should have tried harder to get forward from Oscar Bob run. I think he should be. Well, actually, Nezar, you said that about Doku, but got to bear in mind, in his first game, he got criticised, second game, for not tracking back and giving away a goal because he didn't burst forward. So maybe it's something that they all need to work on. I think it's not necessarily seen as a strength of Doku's. It might be, but I think we need to be fair, you know, because Doku hasn't always read the game perfectly as well so far. As Van Dekker said, he can like a player but not stand with the other. Like, I think it's something they both maybe need to work on. Actually, it's known that Doku, one of the things he needs to work on is his forward runs. Like, he's a great dribbler with the ball, but he's not always making great runs off the ball. Apparently, I've seen a Belgian fan saying that about him. He needs to learn how to make the Sterling running behind. Lovely ball nearly from Rico Lewis. Fair enough, Neza. Like, look, to be honest, I always try and be fair with players. I do think certain players have better attributes, and I do think, like, it's very easy to get obsessed with the shiny new thing. I love Jeremy Doku, man. But we have to be fair about what everyone can and can't do, you know. And I always try and be fair on this channel because I don't see any reason not to be. Like, I've never understood why, when City are winning, but some people are still upset that certain people aren't playing. I've never got that. Like, I don't really care. That's really nice football. That was nice football from Phillips there, and played a beautiful football free ball to Grealish. He was nearly through and goal. Really good defending, but that was nice football. Nice little 1-2, nice little free ball. It's better from Calvin Phillips, man. Got to give him the credit where it's due there. But it's shaky start, you know. Shaky start for Calvin, but he's definitely got better. Keep it up, man. Go on, Oscar. Oscar's great. Oscar Bob's such a good player. Go on, Jack. I also think with Jack Grealish, there's a way to make him think less. I think it'd be great. I know the irony is everyone says he's not the smartest, but I actually think he thinks too much when he gets the ball. I think, if anything, he just needs to be more instinctive, but I'm not sure if that's fundamentally who he is. Like, I don't think you can be someone you're not, if you know what I mean. I think it's really hard to be anything other than just who you are. Like, I think it's sometimes he takes forever to... He sort of, like, telegraphs a shot. Like, I always feel like I know when he's gonna shoot. Kevin. I've got no problem people talking about Jack Grealish's form, but talking about him being overweight and not good at heading are such weird criticisms because they're so irrelevant to anything right now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like let's judge him on fair things. He clearly isn't overweight. You know, he isn't obviously not overweight. And talking about him not being good enough at heading is just like this such an irrelevant part. It's like me complaining about Ruben Diaz not being a great dribbler. It's like it's an unfair criticism. It's nitpicking at that point, I would argue. Talking about him not being decisive enough, or not being beating his man enough, or maybe getting his shots blocked too often. Absolutely, not creating enough chances. Absolutely, but I would say just be fair with our criticisms. That's all I would say personally. I think there are very fair criticisms to talk about with Jack Grealish. But I don't think his weight and his heading ability are them. I think that's just nitpicking. That's my personal opinion anyway. Like, ultimately, I just don't care if a winger can head a ball or not, because they're not there to do that, you know? Erling Haaland, definitely. I'm interested if he can head a ball. Ruben Diaz, definitely. But Grealish, I've always maintained Grealish isn't a traditional winger, you know? I think he's not a proper winger, as you'd say. He's more of a wide playmaker, isn't he, Grealish? Go on, City. I mean, I don't see your point, Victor. Like, I don't see why Cannavaro, Shevchenko, Essien, like, Doku's got nothing similar to any of them. You know, like I think about players that he sort of reminds me of. There is a little bit of ribbery to his game. There is, beats a man, can finish into the bottom corner. You need to compare him to, and he's only 21 years old as well, by the way. Pep really likes him. Pep thinks he's got a great attacking drive. He's got a great game intelligence. I think we need to be fair. You know what I mean? I think we need to be fair. The whole bunch of very different players, from a very different era of football, where we have to judge him based on the standards of a winger, But look at Mane, Mane is a great player. Could Doku become a little bit like Sadio Mane? Yeah, potentially. He's an incredible dribbler. He clearly has a bit of a finish to his game. He has a nice pass. That's what we're comparing at. And Sadio Mane, is he in the same conversation as Crespo and Nesta? Well, it's a weird conversation because it's nothing like that. But Sadio Mane is a Premier League great. He just is. And that's what we compare, compare him to. People like that. And that's the modern day expectation. I bet you didn't see Riyad Mahrez before he was a star, mate. Riyad Mahrez was milling about in the French League One at the age of a much older age than Fingers. That's the point. Is everyone's different, Everyone is different. I think Mane is what I see Jeremy Doku's potential being at, similar to Sadio Mane. And I would be buzzing if he got Sadio Mane at his peak, you know, from Liverpool, because he's a cracking player. He terrified me. Right, anyway. Oh, lovely ball. Ah! Lovely ball. Alvarez with a chance there, man. Yeah, you're talking about something intangible about his it's lovely football by Jack Grealish, Kovacic. Lovely ball from Oscar Bob, by the way. Beautiful ball from Oscar Bob. I know you're talking about, Victor, about some determination or something you don't see in his eyes or whatever. Look, do you see that in David Silva's eyes? No. David Silva didn't look like an aggressive player. You know, it's what they do when they got the ball at the feet. That's all that matters, you know. Not everyone's going to have that old school 90s nostalgia sort of, I'm that guy aura. It's just, you know. Oscar Bob's great. Yeah, I said Mane was their most important forward during that team. Anyway, Doku so far started brilliantly. Pep loves him. What more can we ask? 21. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not wonder. I think there's this, like, does he have to be one of the best ever to play the game to be a great player? No. Riyad Mahrez isn't one of the best ever footballers ever in the game. Is he a top Premier League player? Yeah. Is he one of the all-time greats in football? No. Riyad Mahrez isn't up there with, you know, Bale and Salah and that. Like, well, maybe Salah. You know, people like, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not up there. Mahrez, but is he like, he's not like a genius like De Bruyne, but is he a world-class player? Yeah, you know. Not everyone has to be great to be, you know, to be very useful. I don't need anything, Nicola. No, I don't. Thank you. The wife's in the chat. Is anyone want anything from Nicola, by the way? You know, she's making brews, I reckon. I'm good, wife. Thank you very much. I'm a firm believer that not every player has to be a superstar. Some have to just be very good, you know. Look, Akanji is a treble winner. You know, is he ever going to be? He's never going to be seen as a superstar, but is he good enough to help us win a treble? Yeah, absolutely. You know, and like, he's a high quality player, easily worth 50, 60 million these days. You know, it's all about you have your stars. This is good football, by the way. Lovely little ball out wide. Ruben's in bed, right, Nicola? So he won't be in the chat. Wife, if you're watching, get on a video game and go and chill. Kovacic nearly played a beautiful ball. Get on a video game, go and relax. Wife. G Mav, what's up, man? I'm good, pal. I'm enjoying the game so far. I think City are playing nicely. My dad's at the game as well, so I'm happy for him. I thought it might be a bit more difficult tonight, but so far it's been nice. You do that, wife. You do that, wife. Put the fire on if you want to as well, Nicola. Just remember, though, if Ruben stirs, fire. Turn it down a tiny bit. Phillips looking good. He is. Kovacic has come back and been brilliant. I mean, look at the possession, by the way. 74% so far. Like, it's quite ridiculous. Like, just so far, City are the better team by some way, you know? Big chances missed, of course. Alvarez with the one. Don't close it all the way, Nicola. Just a little bit, you know? To make sure it's, you know, not open or whatever. But do put the fire on, you know? Sit in front of the fire and play on Zelda. I wish I was playing Zelda. No, I don't actually. I wish I was watching this. I'm enjoying this so far. Madison's been great, Caleb. He's been wonderful for them. Out of play, got a corner. Do we do an arcade club on Friday? Yeah, I probably do, Nicola, but let's see if we got any grandparents to look after him. I would love to go arcade club. Has anyone's been arcade club by the way? Barry, it's amazing. Uh, oh, Yosko the back post nearly. Well, thank you very much, beautiful wife. And I'm going to focus on the game, but thank you. I'm going arcade club on Friday. It was great. It's okay. I love you. No, I'm not saying love you to the chat there. I am, obviously. I'm saying it to the wife who's watching and listening. Yeah, Yosko nearly scored then. Better team. All good. I'm loving Oscar Bob's start so far. Arsenal winning. Okay. But yeah, we know he is. We know he's a good threat from because he's done it against us, hasn't he? From corners, he dominated Ruben Diaz at one point, didn't he, for Leipzig and scored. So we know he's got a headed goal on him. It's one thing I'd like to see us be better at this season, given the fact that we've got a whole bunch of giants in our team. We definitely need to score more from corners. We've got, often every week we seem to have Ruben Diaz, Vardial, or Ake, Kanji. They'll have a Stones often in the team, a Rodri, a Haaland. Even people like Nunes is still like 6 foot. So we're gonna have some big. Grealish is a 6 foot player as well. We always have big players, so we should do better in the from corners. We did score a lot a couple of seasons back, but then for whatever reason it sort of dropped off a little bit. Ruben McDonough? No, I wouldn't. I mean, obviously, we should make some more changes. Are you a Wolves fan there asking to City to make more changes for it? No, I mean, I wouldn't play this team against Wolves, no. I'd play a couple of them if things went really well. I wouldn't be up against one or two of them starting, but largely I want to see more of a strong team against Wolves. You want to win your league games, don't you? The Wolves, I think we could beat them, but with a few changes. Better this though. We've been good tonight. It's built on a really solid foundation, isn't it? That's the thing I like about it. Like Ake, Vardiol, Kanji, even Rico, Kovacic there, Phillips. It's a really strong foundation physically. I love Rico Lewis. Such a good player. For me on Doku, Victor, the moment I felt like he's the guy is when he played a 1-2 with Alvarez the other day. When he played there was a moment where he played a 1-2 with Alvarez where instead of beating a man, he just played a simple little pass, and it was so nice. Phillips is injured. You can't be injured, Phillips, mate. You cannot be injured, pal. I think he's okay. But yeah, there was a little 1-2 where I thought he was just so smart. Like he played this reverse pass. That was weird. What happened there? That's the thing is I don't really think we have to worry about some players being an all-time great. I think we just accept who they are and what they're going to be. Right now, I know that Doku just terrifies defenders. He absolutely does, and that's refreshing for this City side. And he can cross. The boy can cross. What more do you want than a winger who can beat a man, cross, play some nice passes? Go on, Jack. Oh. Phillips should probably get a yellow there, maybe? Nope. There wasn't much of an advantage there for Newcastle. Don't know why the referee didn't just blow up the whistle. They got no advantage there at all. I think the commentator's been a bit unfair here. Unfair on, and I listened on ESPN on Calvin Phillips. He said he hasn't been penetrative. He's played the 2 best passes of the game. Like, let's be fair. Like, Kovacic has been smart getting forward, but like, I think the commentator's totally wrong. Like, I think he's running a narrative. It's not true at all. Calvin Phillips has played the 2 really nice through balls. Look at footwork from Oscar Bob there out to Grealish. Rico Lewis over for a corner. Oh, I love Rico Lewis. He's a quality player. He's just got probably the greatest ever Premier League right back ahead of him. So it's difficult, isn't it? Go on, Sergio. Sergio's got a good cross on him from this corner. Yeah, they're terrible, Caleb, the ESPN commentators. He's just waffling. Like, you can tell he's got a narrative pre-game and he's decided that's it. But Ben's good so far. I think we've been good, man. Like, we've easily been the best side. They've not even had a single moment of threat, which means they're going to score right now, of course. But so far, look, you can tell that even if we just had 20 minutes of our better plays at the end, we probably should win this. We probably could win it even with this team. Nice from Calvin. He's played a really nice ball as well to Gomez. Come on, ref. This ref's not very good at playing advantage. Like, he's not. For City so far and for Newcastle, he's played 2 advantages that have just been poor. And this is not the same Newcastle that won 8-0. No, mate. There's a lot of changes to the team. They're in goal here. Oh, Ortega. Big save. That wasn't Phillips' fault. That was Josko Vardiol. That. Let's be fair on that. Vardiol with a short pass. Big save from Ortega. Yeah, Vardiol sort of did a hospital pass there to it's a great save to Calvin Phillips. Phillips was sort of, that wasn't his fault at all. It was. I want to be fair there. But Ortega, man, Ortega has a big save, doesn't he? Always in him. He's some player, Ortega. I mean, he should be a number 1, to be honest, Ortega. He's just quality. Go on, Gomez. Oh, lovely flick to Oscar Bob. Oscar, go for it there, mate. Go for it. Use your right foot, mate. Go for it. No, I mean, it was a tough angle to be. He's not going to score from there. Look at that control from Oscar there on his head. I've enjoyed this half. Enjoyed it. I think it's been impressive. I think we've been the better team. You know, I think we've had chances. We could have scored. Probably should have scored. They've had a big chance, of course, as well. GG, unfortunately, mate. None of them can understand a word you're saying, pal. So, you're chatting to yourself, unfortunately, pal. I'm not sure what you're saying. Could be anything, but I can imagine only a couple of people understand you. Kovacic overrun it there. Well done, Calvin. Have a throw in after all that. A little bit more of a battle in the centre there. Newcastle fans up for it because they won a couple of challenges. Oh, unlucky Oscar. Not Oscar, Sergio. No extra time, right? I don't know, mate. Tonight. I don't actually know. Is there extra time tonight? Is it straight to penalties or is it extra time? Someone will have to. There's nothing in that from Akanji. Akanji doesn't know where to go. No one ahead of him. Look at that footwork from Oscar Bob. Ah, oh, stupid. Stupid stuff. I always forget too, to be fair. There used to be extra time years ago, I remember. To be fair, Ruben, this is a vastly changed Newcastle side. Like a vastly changed. But yeah, still. I do want to see more from Grealish too. I do think. I translated one of the GG's comments and it's just Bible stuff, so I've hit him on the channel. Sorry, GG, you were just waffling in the chat, mate. Half time. What does everyone make of that so far? Let me just do the whole quick share thing. I've been sort of impressed, I think. I've enjoyed that so far. It's been decent, man. It's been decent. I thought we were by far the better side in that. You know, this City side probably, you know, they had the biggest chance in the end, but I thought it was a good performance from City. You know, it could have been much, much worse. Like, we've made a whole bunch of changes, playing a whole new system, and I think Pep will be reasonably impressed with that. I think he will be, you know. I think we have to sort of judge the game on its own individual merits. Get me your half-time thoughts in, you know. Let me know what you reckon of the game so far. Rate the performance out of 10 so far. I think it's been decent. I'm pretty relaxed about it. So, to me so far, let's look at the stats of this game. City have had, we've had 70% of the possession, 70. We've had 6 shots to their one massive chance, which was Jacob Murphy through and goal after a misplaced pass from Josko to Calvin Phillips. Through and goal, Oscar take a save wonderfully. But other than that, City have been the better side, I would say. You know, a few chances. Alvarez with a good little chance. Oscar Bob with a couple of nice little moments as well. So far, we've had 4 block shots, but we played the slightly better football. We haven't been electric. I can admit that, but I think given the team that we've got, it's been a good 6, 7 out of 10 for me so far. Individually, I think you look at the team, the lineup. I think the stats are relatively fair. I think Oscar Bob currently is statistically our best player, and I think that's actually probably fair. He's been really involved, 84% pass accuracy, but 2 key passes is the important thing there. 1 big chance created to Alvarez, and a couple of nice passes as well. Some of his footwork, by the way, is like his footwork in tight spaces, so good, man, so good. Lovely stuff. I think Calvin, by the way, he started a little bit slow. Calvin Phillips did. Early on, he was sort of dribbled past, gave the ball away at one point, and he sort of made a couple of bad decisions. But I'm going to be credit where it's due. He played one really nice reverse pass to Oscar Bob, which led to the Alvarez chance. He also played a really nice through ball to Jack Grealish at one point, and he's grown into the game since then. Calvin Phillips, he's looked like a decent player. He has looked all right, and Calvin, he's had a slow start, but then he's grew into it. And I actually think we've got to be fair where it is. Everyone can have a bad 15 minutes at the start. It's hard. But I think so far Calvin Phillips has done what you could ask for him. And I think we've got to be really fair on that. Mateo Kovacic he's come back in and fitted like a glove as always. A couple of free balls haven't come off from Mateo Kovacic so far, but he's been decent, It's also worth pointing out, as Diane said in the chat, he's up against a really physical battle in Joe Linton there, who's a really bulldozing, confident player right now, a Champions League footballer. And I think Calvin's, he's grown into it. Sergio Gomez on the right, he's had a couple of nice little crosses, but he's not really fully got into it yet. But, I like Sergio Gomez. He's a good player. 1 key pass so far, and he's played, had a couple of nice little moments. I do want to see a little bit more from him. I want to see a bit more from Jack over on the left. I would not be surprised if we see 30 minutes of Jeremy Doku at this rate. Jack has to be more assertive. He's technically excellent as always, but he's got to make things happen, because unfortunately for him, Oscar Bob is making things happen. Sergio Gomez can, and Jeremy Doku definitely will if he's on the pitch tonight, I reckon. Defensively, Josko, 1 misplaced pass aside. He defended a couple of one-on-one moments really nicely. Nathan Ake, captain, been fine. Akanji, fine. Rico Lewis has had a really smart game. The stats aren't doing him a lot of good there. 6.8. I think he's statistically maybe not been impressive, but performance-wise on the eye test, he's been really good. Breaking up play really nicely, linking up play wonderfully. I think overall, Pep will be reasonably happy with what he's seen so far. I do think City have been the best team. I do think the flow, as you can see there, you look at the flow, it's all been City. Apart from that, of course, 1 big chance for Jacob Murphy towards the end, which was our own fault. But overall, it's been good. Go over to Fotmov here and look at the events and the way they've happened, I'll see the chances. And see where they go. We had, of course, a right foot chance, a long range effort from Calvin Phillips. Alvarez stung the keepers. Didn't sting the keeper's hand. The keeper just kept it out with his boot. Kovacic had a long range shot blocked as well. Alvarez, got into a good channel. Who played that ball to him? Can't remember. I'm trying to remember who made the pass to there, but to Alvarez. It might have been Oscar Bob, actually. I can't remember. But either way, he drilled it just wide. Josko Vardy over header blocked as well. So we've had some decent moments. Rico Lewis had a block shot as well from distance. Jacob Murphy had one. It was Oscar Bob, wasn't it? It was, I think. It was, yeah. It's been good, man. It's been good. I think Gomez had a totally normal game, Michael. I don't think he's had a great game, but I don't think it's worth calling him not good. I think he's been okay. I think Gomez is probably slightly better on the left, but look. What we need to remember as well, by the way, there's this tendency to overanalyze, and I know I'm doing it right now, but I always will give them the credit. These players don't play a lot of football, and when they do play, they play in a lineup that looks crazy, that looks like this. They don't play much football. Then Sergio Gomez. At one point, Sergio Gomez is over here playing this role, left back. Then he's been told to be here. Then he's been told to be a left winger. And now he's been told to be a right winger, linking up with Oscar Bob, of all people, and Rico Lewis. They're playing roles that are so new constantly. It's very hard to build up that chemistry. It's very hard to build up consistency. So it's hard to come in the B team, so to speak, and be excellent all the time. So I think it's fair that we give the players their dues, it is difficult to come in and be excellent when you haven't got that rhythm, when you haven't got that consistency, when you're trying to find your flow. So as Alfida saying would say in the chat there, considering the circumstances, they've been great so far, and I think that's totally fair. I think it's totally fair. They have, considering the circumstances, considering the changes, considering a lot of these players haven't got a lot of football. Like, look at the players. Grealish is rusty. He's been out a little bit while. Kovacic is coming back from injury too. Rico Lewis hasn't played much football. Gomez hasn't played. Oscar Bob hasn't played. Calvin Phillips hasn't played. Ortega's first start of the season. A lot of these players haven't played a lot of football. Considering that, I think we've been all right, man. I think we've been all right, you know? Silky Bob. Yeah. Oscar Bob has been really good, by the way. I like Oscar Bob in this little number 10 role, you know? It's sort of him as a number 10, you know? And Kovacic is getting forward as well, but Bob is as a number 10, you know, when we get the ball. And I like it. I think he's been good. He's a footballer. Like, there is not many players you'll see with that technical ability. Like, Oscar Bob, his ability to keep the ball in tight spaces. You know what? I'm going to tweet that right now, actually. You know, I need to tweet it. Oscar Bob's ability in tight spaces. Dribbles out of trouble so easy. It's so aesthetically pleasing to watch, isn't it? It really is. And I need the chef's kiss symbol, you know. Where is it? You know that one where it's like that one. I'm going to find that emoji there. Where is it? Like I need to give him his credit there, because you can see me tweeting as I do it right now. But sometimes I need to share a point, and I share these points now, by the way, just because I can come back to them later on, and it reminds me of what I was thinking when I brought up I browsed my tweets. Bob looks good. Looks like Foden. He does, to be fair. I think Grealish does need to be better. I also will say, I am willing to admit that Grealish is Grealish is a slow starter. I think Grealish takes a little bit of time to get his rhythm up. He does. He just does. And I think that's also normal. You know, Grealish has just come back. Chelsea scored. I'm seeing the goal right now. Chelsea scored. Shall we have a look around the games, you know? Let's have a look around the games and see what's going on in the EFL tonight. Let's have a look at the games tonight. Chelsea are 1-0 up. Who scored it for them? Nicholas Jackson with a Cole Palmer assist. Your man Cole Palmer, currently the best player according to that. According to Chelsea, according to this stats, Cole Palmer playing as a number 10. Currently their star player. Fair play to Cole, man. I'm happy for him. As a number 10 tonight, Cole Palmer. But you know what? As good as he's going, we've got Oscar Bob, so I'm pretty relaxed about that too. And he's probably been our best player so far as well. Liverpool back to 1-1. Who scored for them? Cody Gakpo with a Gravenberch assist. Let's have a look. What else with the other games tonight? Oops, I've gone back to the different year by accident there. Arsenal winning. Everton 2-0 over Villa. God, they need that, don't they, man? They need that. Who's got the goals for them? James Garner. And who's the other? Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in the team, finally. They've got a footballer again in Calvert-Lewin, you know. I hope Calvert-Lewin scores some goals. I don't think that's true, Billy, about Phillips. I think you're absolutely wrong, mate, unfortunately. I think at the start, first 10 minutes, he was a little bit sloppy. But I think we need to just put our you know, our predisposed ideas to bed. I think actually Phillips has grown into the game really nicely and played a couple of really good passes. He has. You know, he's played a couple of like really nice passes, Calvin Phillips. Did he go down as key passes? That's unfair. Like, it's funny because they don't go down those key passes, but he played the reverse ball to Oscar Bob, which created Alvarez's chance, and he played a really nice through ball to Jack Grealish, which was nearly resulted in the goal as well. So I actually think he's grown into it. Calvin Phillips. I think people have been a bit harsh with Calvin Phillips there, and I don't think Calvin Phillips has got a Man City future. I don't, but I think people are still being harsh, you know. I think we've got to call it fairly. Call it fairly, you know. Always call it as you see it, and that's what I'll try and do on this channel, you know. That's what I'll always try and do on this channel. You know, I don't ever say anything I don't think is fair. I don't have agendas against players. I don't care who plays as long as we play well. I honestly couldn't care. If Calvin Phillips starts every game from now until the end of the season, I would be buzzing. Do you know why? It means he's had an incredible turnaround in form. Like, I don't care who plays. I just don't care who plays. We'll see. I want whoever was playing well to play. That's it. I don't really actually have favourites. I really don't. And I see people go like, like City can win 5 games in a row with a certain team, post a lineup, and then people reply going, "Why is player X not starting?" I'm like, I never got that. I've never understood that. Like, I think people have favourite players, don't they, that they want to start anyway. Like, if Pep named an unchanged lineup and won 10 games in a row, by the 11th game, I guarantee you some person would be asking a certain player off the bench to start instead. And I've never understood that. Foden is a favourite, Brian. But if look, I wasn't clamouring for Foden to start towards the end of last season because the team was working. It was just working. So I wasn't there going, why is Foden not starting? And you can remember the videos, you know. But yeah, of course, Foden is one of my favourites. He is. But I don't demand he start every game. If the team's winning without him, the team wins without him. You know, tough on Foden, but I care more about Man City winning than Phil Foden starting. I've seen Girona doing well. They're doing well. Girona is great, you know. Who would I bring on Wednesday? Right now, probably no one, mate. I'd leave it as it is. You look at the lineup right now, and I think that it's working. I think Pep will make a few tweaks and say, look, pretty good so far, lads. You know, try this maybe, try for that and see if it works. But if not, you know, I would say, you know, Grealish has to do more in this half. I'm not holding him to a level where he has to be better because it is his first game back and it's fine. But if he's not fully got into his rhythm by another 20 minutes, to me, I would probably bring on. Looked unfit all season, mate. We're in this sixth same. We're in September, mate. Yeah. People are allowed to start slowly. You're all so demanding. Like everyone starts differently, you know. But anyway, if he doesn't pick up his performance in this game individually, that's fine. It happens. If not, I'd probably bring on Jeremy Doku because I think he's the kind of guy who could win the game like this, you know, right now. You look at our bench here. Nunes could be a lot, you know, maybe Phil Foden. You know, maybe Phil Foden, I would say. Phil on at some point for maybe for Sergio Gomez with Phil in number 10, Oscar out wide on the right. It'd probably just be the forward players that would change it for us. I think it'd be that, I reckon. Always, Anthony. I try and apply to as many people as possible. You know, it's hard because obviously the comments move so quickly. But I don't know. I'm enjoying this game. I'm enjoying the chat tonight. You know, I think there's a lot of intelligent football coming out. It's chat going on. You know, and I always encourage people to be fair with the players. You know, and I think so far, I think the signs are encouraging. You know, only judge it what they've been asked to do and who they are. And so much about football is just the moment, about the individual, and it's hard. Like a player could be great one day and have a bad night's sleep and be poor the next and then get stuck in bad form. Life's difficult, you know, but I think we need to be calm with certain players and understand their circumstances, understand that they're not all playing, you know, they're not all fully fit and fully focused right now because some need match practice, you know, and I think that's fine. But this is a team being asked to do a job, and so far they're doing it. I would argue they are. I like it. Would I start Phillips against Arsenal right now? I wouldn't. No, absolutely not. No, I don't think he's quite there. I feel like I would play Bernardo and Kovacic in midfield. I think Bernardo can play Bernardo's often played alongside Rodri in double pivot. He's played alongside Fernandinho against Liverpool famously in 2019 and had an all-timer performance in double pivot. I'd play him there alongside Kovacic personally, maybe with Nunes in midfield. But I reckon that's what I would do, I reckon. I would play Kovacic and Bernardo. Maybe you could play Nunes too. Maybe. We'll see. Second half, let's see how we go. We always tend to be better in the second half. Let's see if that happens again. I'm looking forward to this half, man. I'm going to text my dad. Let's see, because he's at the game tonight. I'm going to text him, see what he thinks. I hope he's enjoying it, you know? Yeah, I agree with Brian. Brian's comment's spot on, I reckon. Brian in the chat, so let me bring it up right now. Brian said, I think we haven't really had any, let me get off there. Bad performances, but Grealish needs to do a little bit more positive. It is a bit toothless right now, I agree. I don't think we've had a bad performance, though. They're bringing on Anthony Gordon and Bruno, by the way, so they're trying to improve it immediately, which they probably will do. They're quality players, and they will improve it, unfortunately. I actually agree with Angush and Quark, which is a great name. He said Doku fans are going to be very annoying against Grealish. I agree, actually. I agree. I think there's going to be an agenda for Doku fans. You only want him on the pitch, and I think we need to be calm about it. Subscribe, by the way, if you are new to the channel. Please do hit the like button. It would be massively appreciated. I think probably Pep will probably bring Doku in at some point. Yeah, I think Pep's instinct to win the game will kick in. I think it will do. I think he'll want to win the game. You know. Come on, City. Lewis Miley's only 17, by the way. No wonder he couldn't get a touch tonight. I like Anthony Gordon a lot. I think he's a really good player. Anthony Gordon reminds me an awful lot of a young James Milner as a winger, when Milner was a winger. Just direct, powerful runner. You can pass, you can dribble. Good player. Like the Milner that was a winger for City. You remember that version? Just a really good squad player, you know? Um, and as you got to bear in mind, it's a good point from Nazar, you know? It's his first... it's his first start, you know, of the season for Calvin Phillips. So he's also allowed to be rusty. It's weird though because he's not allowed to be rusty at the same time. It's so difficult because like if any of the favourite players came back in after not playing much football and didn't play well, everybody be like, well, it's fine. They're a bit rusty, you know. But it's tough because he's in a weird place of it's tough because you're in a weird place where like. Phillips has to be great while also never playing football. It's tough for him. It's really tough. But they're the standards of Manchester City, I guess, you know? I suspect Newcastle will be better in this half with Bruno on and Anthony Gordon on the left. They'll probably target Rico on the left because Rico obviously is pretty experienced still. As good as he is. Gordon's is giving it away sloppily anyway. Kanji's giving it away in midfield. Phillips done really well to wing it back there, but then lost out. Go on, Kovacic. Defense is solid. It is. It's such a nice, reassuring like base, isn't it? Go on, Jack. It's like there. Oh, lucky Calvin. Calvin went for a screamer. It's like there, you know, Doku would go past his man there, but it's not Grealish's game. Grealish is he suits with someone overlapping, but he suits overlapping players, but we don't get that at Man City. He's never been a down the outside winger with Grealish. That's the thing. Go on, Oscar. He does have his own song. You're right. He does. Edison and Ake, walk around a Kanji, Ruben Diaz, Johnny Stones. What a defense! What a defense, man. Newcastle going forward here. There might be something in the backup number 9 thing, Victor. Mainly because Alvarez is becoming a midfielder. Yeah, I think there's something like the thing is Alvarez, of course, is the backup striker. Sorry, I lost my train of thought then. But the thing is, he plays as a midfielder so often that like he can't be the number 10 and also then be the backup striker. Maybe it's just a U player or something. I don't know. Maybe actually though, the thing is like when De Bruyne is back, Alvarez ain't gonna be playing there anyway, so it's almost irrelevant. Newcastle will definitely come out a lot more aggressive. It sounds loud at St. James's Park right now as well. Go on, City. Nice ball to Oscar Bob. Lovely footwork. And a lovely ball out to Alvarez. Oscar Bob, man. Round of applause. Oh, unlucky there. He tried to play it back to Alvarez, but didn't quite come off. Nice from Akanji past Gordon. That's a bad challenge on Kovacic from Gordon. Maybe not. Just the camera angle made it look bad. Newcastle have woke up, but what the plan for City now is to kill the game. Like, they've got that energy, but the City need to sort of just kill that momentum, and eventually they'll settle back into it again. I think we will do as well, Nazar. Yeah, I do think Pep will actually. I think his competitive instinct will kick in and he'll make some changes eventually. I hope it does, because I want to go through, you know. The only thing is, as we were chatting before the start of the game, there's almost no point going through, given that the quarterfinals would be the exact time of the the Club World Cup. So I don't know who any of those people are, Kevin Day. Sorry, mate. They're probably before my time. Yeah, I googled one of them from the 50s. Definitely before my time, mate. Steve Fleet only made he only made 5 appearances for Man City, so maybe he needed to up his performance pay. And I'm pretty certain he probably wasn't as good a footballer as Jack Grealish. Peter Keeling, another one I've googled. Never heard of him. Nothing comes up there, pal. Come on, Blues. Oh, nice ball. To Murphy, to be fair. Ah! Oh, fucking come on, City. Bruno, was it Bruno? It's all on Bruno, isn't it? 1-0. Watching the goalie gag again. Good save from Murphy. It's Joe Linton, wasn't it? Joe Linton. Oh, it's gone through Rico Lewis's legs. It's Joe Linton's. It's a great, like. He's gone past a few players there, Joe Linton. He's gone past the Kanji. Lewis has got caught with. I don't know. He's got caught in a few minds there. You've got to clear that, Rico. Rico, you've got to clear that, mate. Unfortunately, Rico's got to do something. Maybe he's just caught him. He surprised him, gone through his legs or whatever. But he's got to clear that. Oh, mate. Well, they've turned it around this half, you know. We need a reaction. Played Oscar. Been caught though in the end. Rico's been caught. They definitely upped the energy, didn't they, Newcastle there? We've got to weather this little storm here because it could run away from us. We still could turn it around. Oh, come on, City, man. I think it's weird to everyone's talking about Phillips after that goal. Where like I don't that. I mean, everyone's just jumped on Phillips after that goal, which is a little bit unfair. Like he was nothing to do with that. You know, like I know that's sort of when you start. Like, why is everyone just jumping on Phillips for that? Just feels a bit weird. Everyone's just blaming Phillips for that goal. I mean, Lewis should have cleared it, you know, and it's funny. As soon as they're losing, everyone's like, right, Phillips should get off the pitch. Like, he's literally nothing to do with that. Oh, City, man, they could have scored again there. Bloody hell. Like, come on, City. They sort of like they've definitely pinned us back here. Yeah, that was on Rico. Should have done better, by the way. He absolutely should have. I love Rico Lewis, but that was, you know, he should have cleared that. He didn't really read the ball at all. Look, it's no big deal. Like I need to watch it go back a few more times to really judge who I felt was that wrong in that. Erling's warming up. Kyle's warming up. Liverpool winning. It's weird though because I didn't realise. So I'm going back to the point someone made to me earlier that like if we got through to the quarters, if we made it that far, it'd be one day. The game would be one day away from the Club World Cup, so it's almost like we'd have no players anyway. So it's almost like there's no point going through to an extent, and that sounds really weird, but we wouldn't be able to fill the team. You know, Liverpool happened a few years ago. Yeah, they are pressing here. We need to get our composure back. It's going to happen every now and then, you know. The Newcastle at home, you know, they got the goal, they got the energy. Anthony Gordon and Bruno changed the game for him. Go on, Yosko. Kovacic is currently quite far ahead. He's between the lines. There's definitely real pressure on Jack now. Not that there wasn't previously, but I think there is now. Oh, come on, lads. A bit sloppy. Gary, trust me, mate. The academy wouldn't. I promise you. I don't think you realise just how little there is in the academy. We've only got 17-year-olds, mate. Like, we sold all our EDS players and sent them out on loan. Like, I promise you. Even the Brian Barry Murphy told Pep that there's no one available. Like, no one's ready. So they wouldn't be. They'd go out because we'd be playing under 18, 17-year-old kids against Champions side. They get battered. They're just literally kids. Like the kids who aren't even like battering everyone in the under 18s league right now, you know. So we've got the youngest team in the EDS in the under 21s league. So we would 100% go out. So which would be which is. You think Kovacic should be out on the right wing, Joe? That's interesting, mate. Yeah, exactly. They're the players who've left the academy sides. McAtee, Doyle, Delat, Borges, Dyer, Bob, Rico. If we had Borges and Bude and people like that, you know, great, but we don't, so. Both of the Doyles. Oh, Kovacic, man, what was that? That's terrible. I think I'm going to be honest. I think Calvin's been okay. He's been all right, but I think we just want more than that, don't we? I'm not sure. Do you know what, Naz? I'm not 100% sure, but you know about that being true. But I wouldn't be surprised because the English FA have been famously stubborn about moving the calendar around for stuff like that. He's playing right wing, mate. Sergio. We've slowed the tempo down a little bit here, which is good. We finally stemmed the tide a bit. We're making some passes now. That's a foul on Rico Lewis there from Joe Linton. Yeah, the current shape is sort of like this. If you're not sure how we're lining up, it's like that basically. Sort of like that. This is how we're playing. When we got the ball. Rico Lewis playing centre. It's sort of like that. I wouldn't mind when you look at the bench, you know. If Pep makes any changes, you know, you could bring on potentially Foden, Doku. I think they would add a lot for us. Maybe Mateus Nunes. I think Nunes could still do some minutes, to be fair. You know, I think Nunes could do some minutes to get up to speed a little bit. Isaac off and Almiron. Isaac off, sorry, Almiron coming on. He's playing like Almiron, as Jack once said. Prime Jack incoming. It has to be now, mate. He's on the pitch at the same time. Yeah, let's just call Almiron shit. Just get Grealish going. Go on, Sergio. Oh, unlucky, mate. Yeah, he's quality, Isaac, isn't he? Purple patch merch. It's fair, he is a purple patch player, but he's only young, Isaac, isn't he? He's only young. He's got a lot of quality, though. I mean, this is a great respect to Eddie Howe, but he hasn't got a Pep Guardiola, has he? You know, Eddie Howe's a good coach, but he's not played Oscar. Lovely stuff from Oscar Bob, by the way. 2 bad challenges on Gomez and Oscar Bob there. Oh, Almiron. Okay, fair enough. Pep is not even bothered, is he? Go on, Sergio. I know it's a nice sentence, isn't it, Ron? I miss those days. Isn't it mad that as good as Aguero was, he's just gone? Like football is such a good reminder of our mortality, isn't it? Like football always is a reminder of our time doesn't wait around. All these legends and they're just retired, and it's like it makes you feel old when you look back at how many players that have been and gone over the years. These players that feel so permanent, but they're not. Everything's so temporary. Very deep that for on a Wednesday night for you of Carabao Cup game. Oh, I'm with Demi on this. Pep did look like this is a training sesh. He was just like, having a joke with Eddie Howe. Wee. Looks like he was in a press conference. It was a good cross that, by the way. Oh, Kanji and Grealish ran into each other. Someone get a grip. There's not a booking. That wasn't a booking for a Kanji. There's nothing in that. Oh, I think it was his reaction, wasn't it, actually? If we're not going to bring on any of the good players, I would like to see Michael Hamilton get a go at least, you know, like, because what's the point? Like, if we're not going to take it seriously, at least bring the kid on. Give him a run out. Why not? Let him make his debut, you know? There's nothing in that, ref. Now, the ref's lost control a little bit here. I wouldn't say it's a disgrace, John. It is a Carabao Cup game with a reserve team against Newcastle away from home. It's not a disgrace, you know. It's not been terrible, has it, mate? Oh, yeah, to be fair, Phillips has gone over the ball, but there, it's probably a yellow. He's won the ball, but he's gone a bit high, so unfortunately, I think it probably is a yellow. It's so hard to watch a game like this and judge it like normally because it's sort of weird because you've got to judge it off the intentions, and it's really obvious that Pep had a quote. He had a quote the other day where he said, "I'm not going to waste 1% of energy on the Carabao Cup." And then he sort of backtracked against that because obviously someone criticised him for it in a press conference. But he made his feelings very obvious there. The first thing he said was the honest one. Like, Pep just does not care about this. So it's weird for like, it's weird because the players will want to play, but inherently they know that Pep doesn't give a damn, you know, about his competition. So it's weird. Like, we make loads of changes. It's just something that he'd rather not be doing tonight. Like, if Pep could just choose to be out of his competition at the start, I guarantee you he would have chose it. You know. I don't think it would have been a red, by the way, Daniel. I think the fact that he won the ball, but his follow through caught him is what gave him a yellow card. But it'd be very harsh, you know, to send him off for that, given he won the ball first. That's what saved him there, mate. But Oscar Bob's been really good, mate. He's been really nice. He's obviously struggling to get onto the ball right now a little bit, but ooh, I like his changes. Doco and Nunes coming on. Ake's coming off. Interestingly. Ake off. I can presume Gomez back to left back, maybe? Kovacic. Okay, interesting. I would presume then we try and work it out. Who's the captain now? Doku on. I would say back to this, maybe. Doku's on the right, actually. I'm going to need a minute or two to work out this formation. I'm not sure what it currently is. Grealish is still on the left. I think Doku's on the right. Bob there? Is it that? Oh, good challenge. Play Nunes. Good dribbling, Nunes, isn't he? I think it's this. Who is the captain right now? Yeah, Gomez has gone to left back. Grealish at left wing. Yeah. Is it Akanji? Akanji's captain. Okay, nice. Fair play to Akanji. I mean, he's a treble winner, to be fair, so. There we go. Akanji is captain. It's like that shape, I think. Doku right wing. Well, you know, a lot of changes now, to be fair, mate. Doku walk on the same side would be fun, wouldn't it, Nicola? That'd be there'd be pace there. It'd be a scary partnership. I think Grealish could play central if Gomez overlaps, but currently he's not. He's playing more like a left back. Oh, we'll win the club. Surely we'll win the Club World Cup. Avida saying, unless something mental happens, you'd think we'd win it, wouldn't you? Go on, Nunes. I can see us scoring, you know. Like, to be honest, mate, I suspect even this Al Ittihad, like, I don't even know who plays for Al Ittihad, pal, but with all due respect, the level, like, I watch some of their games, mate, and like the football they play, it's like 4 miles an hour. You know, and like, who have they got on the team, Al Ittihad? They've got Fabinho, who's terrible these days. Kante is an old man as well. Who else have they signed, Al Ittihad? Benzema and Kante. Well, the football is so poor, mate. Like, it is. I watched the level. Is Foden coming on? Benzema as well. Okay, a bit of quality there, but like, they shouldn't even get a touch of the ball. Like, the levels of it's so far. Like, it's retirement football over there. We know it is. They did want Salah, but they didn't get him. Foden coming on. Nice. It's how it currently lines up. Foden, I would say, probably coming on for maybe Jack. Jack might come off. Maybe Oscar will come off. Oscar Bob. Is Grealish? We'll see who comes off. I wouldn't be surprised if Grealish comes off because he's not playing much football. Well, they definitely wanted they wanted Salah to try. Well, they wanted him to win, mate, just to win, yeah, win their games. Obviously marketing, but you know, to just win and have a chance of winning. Is Foden actually coming on? I've not seen it yet. Who's coming off? Alvarez off. Oscar Bob as a false nine, maybe? Or Foden as a false nine? Oscar Bob has played as a false nine before. I think it'll be Bob as a false nine, you know. I think we'll see something sort of like that. Yeah, Bob's there. Alvarez, I mean, to be fair to Alvarez, he probably needs a rest. I think this is probably planning for Haaland to come on, though, in a few minutes' time. I think Haaland will be on in 5 minutes, I guarantee you. Yeah, I'm sure that 15 minutes will make a massive difference to Alvarez there. Let's be honest. 20 minutes overall, I guess. Maybe 25 these days. I think Haaland will come on for 10 minutes, and I would suspect Grealish and Bob will come off. Go on, Sergio. Played Sergio. Lucky, mate. Sort of looks like this, I think, formation-wise. Docker's not a touch yet, has he? Don't think so. Nice ball from Ortega out wide. And we've got the players to make chances now on the pitch. Go on, Jack. That's better from Jack. He got a shot, you know what I mean? I like it. Right, the keeper there. Look, you'd rather win the Club World Cup in general than the Carabao, just so you see you're the world champions. You know what I mean? Like I love the Carabao, but like you don't get anything from it, do you? Docky's through. He isn't through. I mean, he made a run that could have been through, but they didn't play it. Probably a harder pass to make than it looked, to be fair. I don't know if Harlan will come on, mate. I don't think he will do in the end. I don't know. If he does, it's an obvious sub for him. Just want to bob all Grealish off. A lovely touch from Grealish there, to be fair. Go on, Nunez. How come, Nunez? What's making you think that? Have I missed something there? It's a good play, Gordon. Nearly a chance for Newcastle. Oh, the phone buzzing. Yeah, sorry, Naz. My dad was sending me a video actually of the atmosphere. Probably won't focus though, will it? I'm gonna put it right next to the phone just to bug you all even more. Gomez, he looks like he's really injured. Yeah, Gomez is really holding his Oh, that's a weird one, that, isn't it? Yeah, that would sort of hurt actually a little bit because he sort of slipped and it went underneath him. Oh, we don't need another injury. Absolutely, Yusuf. Pep's getting booked. He just doesn't care, does he? He doesn't care. I like Pep. Like the thing is, Pep's winning. Like he can't. It'll it will kick in. Oh, Mark, man, thanks you for the massive super chat, mate. Jesus Christ, Mark. Absolutely gas tonight, Mark says. Also, you're making me check my notifications all the damn time. I apologise. But, Mark, thank you massively for the super chat, pal. You've cheered this game up massively for me. What a superstar, pal. You legend. But I apologise at the same time as well for all the WhatsApp notifications. My dad just texted me, and it's buzzing off constantly. I mean, the few groups are going off as well tonight. But, Mark, you're a superstar. It hasn't been a fun game of football. Better in the first half. But Mark, you're a legend anyway, mate. What a superstar. Thank you so much, my man. Love you, pal. Love you loads. And I'm sorry for everyone for reading all your notifications. Big round of applause for Mark in the chat, by the way. That support, mate, it's massively appreciated, pal. Honestly, it really is. Come on, City. 10 minutes left. Big dub, yeah. Big dub, Mark. Mark is a legend. He absolutely is, to be fair. Mark called it. He said we'd win the rest of them as well. He was right. Come on, I want to see City create some chances now. I think we can do, you know. I think there's enough on the pitch. I don't think Doku's had a single chat. Has he had a touch yet, Doku? He's had 3 touches, 2 passes. I don't even remember them. I must have turned away at a second. A little bit cold up here. Yeah, at this point, I don't see us scoring. You know, it's just hard. We have got the players on the pitch to do something, but they're not. We're just not moving the ball up the pitch very nicely. There's no intricacy. It's all a bit disjointed. We don't have a striker as well, which tends to be a problem. Oscar's going over to the right. Doku's going over to Foden Central. I think what we've just done, Pep's just told Oscar to go over there, so we're going to see. I think Jack's playing through the middle. I think it's gone like this now. I think it's gone like that, I reckon. I mean, he's not had a touch, has he, Doku? I think it's gone like that, which is just wild. Jack's playing very central. Oh, Nunez is through. Oh, nearly. He played the pass, man. He played the pass. Thank you to everyone watching, by the way. I must admit, I appreciate 200 people watching. It's lovely to see you all here. It's nice. I appreciate you all. You're all ace. I didn't see the pass either. The pass just sort of happened. I don't think anyone played the pass. I think it was just there. Let's see if Fatma has it. Events. I have no idea. Oof, tough on Phil, that. Was it Calvin who played it? Phil, it's in his knee. Kanji passed it. It was a Kanji. Nice ball, to be fair. And to be fair, Nunez is quick. He's just obviously Liverpool to go back. Nunez is not exactly a slouch, is he? Go on, Jeremy. But there needs to be some need. You definitely don't support City, Kanji, do you? Rico Lewis is a cracking little footballer. He's barely played any football. He's quality, Rico Lewis. He's been really good today as well, actually. Maybe he got his feet muddled for the goal, but he's been smart. He's used the ball nicely. Not really good, but he's been decent, you know? He's clearly a good footballer. What makes you wonder why City gave him a long contract as well. So Jack's currently central as a 10. Go on, Jeremy Doku. Go on, mate. Oh, nearly to Phil as well. Lovely from Doku, mate. Pep there, right, watching it as well. That's a nice ball, that, you know. Thanks, Sean Luke, mate. Grealish is definitely under threat. There's no two ways about it. I call it. I try and call it as fair as I see it, but that was right in front of Pep there, and immediately a bit of threat, you know. And Doku's the one making it happen. Nice ball as well, again to Nunes. I like it, man. I like it. He's trying to make things happen, Doku. Doku's trying, man. I like it. So there's probably like 10 minutes left in it, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe not great. No, absolutely not. If you got to I would always choose the Carabao over. Always Carabao. Sorry, the Club World Cup over the Carabao. I want to be the world champions, you know what I mean? It's something we've never won before. To say you've won the Champions League and the Club World Cup and the Premier League and the Super Cup, that's everything, isn't it? They're all the big ones. Like, directly from winning the league to win the Champions League to win the Club World Cup to win the Super Cup as well. Like, you mastered everything then. Absolutely that. You got the whole set. And especially with those two trophies as well, the Super Cup and the Club World Cup, they're almost like an addition to last season's, aren't they, if you know what I mean? Like the direct result of last season that you can only win because you won them, which makes it even sweeter. I don't put it's worth. I think the tournament, the Club World Cup, is sort of like a nonsense thing, but it's not much of a tournament, is it? But the pedigree of saying it, you know what I mean? World champions. Oh, come on. It's ace. Oh, Jack, mate, your touch let you down. The one thing that doesn't usually let him down is his touch. It's good dribbling, Nunes, isn't he? Oh, lucky, mate. He sort of ran a bit too far. Play Calvin. Ugh. Calvin's given the ball away, won the ball and given it away and took out Akanji at the same time. It's not his luck. It's not his day, is it? It's weird for Calvin there because he did win the ball. Really nice challenge. But then he sort of took out Kanji and passed it out at the same time. I was like, mate. Go on, Jeremy. I also thought it was way out as well, Keith. That I thought it was a corner for Newcastle. The one thing I do know is that I think Docky's going to start against Wolves at the weekend. Absolutely. I don't think Jack's going to start. I think he's got a the real problem here, you know. I think he has. I think Pep really likes Doku. Shiny new toy syndrome is real for anyone. Doesn't matter who you are. Oh, he's picked out Foden as well. Lucky. It's a good crosser. I wouldn't say anyone needs to be dropped, but what I do know is that he needs to work his way into the team. He's not dropped because he's not currently starting anyway because he's been injured. I think Doku just needs to carry on playing, you know? Oh! Rico, so close, so close. Lovely from Doku again. Doku has absolutely changed the game. What a cameo from Doku. Like, what a cameo, man. Like, he's just changed it. Did that hit the post? I think it skimmed the post, didn't it? Just 6 minutes, you know? Give the ball to Doku in it for the next 6 minutes, basically. Doku and pray, basically, innit? You're not wrong, husband. It's sort of basically the tactic, isn't it? Doku and pray. Might just steal that for Twitter, pal. Is that alright? Oscar's fading this half, by the way. I know it's understandable. We barely got the ball to him. First half was nice. The team lost a bit of shape. One thing we will say is if we're going to go out here, at least we haven't embarrassed ourselves. I would like, though, I'd like to go through on penalties. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? You know, we get through. I don't think we'd win on penalties for what it's worth, but... I don't think we can read too much into that, husband, because I reckon if we were playing, you know, a full strength side, it'd be a different story, obviously. But, you know, Roger wouldn't be playing anyway today either, so, like, I think, you know, Roger would be sat having a pina colada somewhere, you know what I mean? So he wouldn't be involved. Oh, Jack, mate. The thing is with Phillips, like, I think it's fair. He hasn't changed anything about the narrative around tonight. The thing is, he was through there, Phil. I think the problem with Phillips tonight is that I think he's played more or less the best he can for this City side, and it's just... How is that not a foul on Phil? He's just jumped on him. Just jumped on him, mate. Like, what do I call the title of this video then? You know what I mean? What do I call them? What do I call chat? My match reaction. It's one of those things, isn't it? Because what's the general vibe of this game? It's just one, like, you know, it's training match, isn't it? Or I guess, you know. Blessing in disguise, maybe. I need yeah, here's what we expected, isn't it? Completely outplayed. I mean, not sure if you've seen the stats there, mate. Where's this outplay? This is right there on screen, mate. I don't think we've been outplayed in the slightest. You know, we haven't created many chances, but you know that'll be the reserves for you. But we definitely haven't been outplayed. They had a 10-minute spell where they had some chances in second half. First half was all us. That's the stats there for you, pal. Probably a necessary evil, this, isn't it? You know, a necessary, a needed loss. I don't know. A sacrifice, isn't it? Sacrifices competition. Maybe it's a Guardiola quote from the other day. Just, it is what it is. I don't know. Well, Harry's happy because he's got his first win. Fair enough, mate. You're giddy. I will allow it, pal. I'll allow it. Nothing wrong with being giddy. Last chance here. We've got 20 seconds to get into the box. We're not going to do it. Yeah, the referee's about to blow his whistle, isn't he? Ah. It's a weird one because I just feel like, you know, I'm meant to be upset, but I'm not really, you know. Is that a relief, you know? I might just call it a weird night because it is a weird night. It's a weird night of football, isn't it? It's a weird night. A strange game. Go on, who fit long? There we go. They are buzzing. Absolutely buzzing, aren't they? There we go. It's over. Newcastle have beat us 1-0. We are out of the Carabao Cup for the first time. Yeah, it is a weird one. It's sort of expected, you know what I mean? As expected, I guess. A strange night. There was some good individual performances. It wasn't embarrassing. They just sort of wanted it more than us. And that's all ultimately that mattered. Did a little bit more quality because they wanted it. The home crowd. We probably would have won that if it was at the Etihad, you know. A weird game of football, a strange night. But thank you to everyone who's been watching, by the way. I've enjoyed the watch long. I enjoyed the chat tonight. It's been good fun. I will go and prepare my match reaction right now. I'll get my thoughts together and I'll see you in like 5-10 minutes for the match reaction. Probably won't do a fan view live tonight because I can't be bothered, I'm being honest with you. I don't think there's much to talk about. Maybe there is, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow or something like that. But for now, though, thank you for watching. City are out the Carabao Cup. One down, unfortunately. But there are bigger fish to fry, and I'm sure we will fry them real good, hopefully. But now, though, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all in a bit for the match reaction. Bye-bye.